Home Services Group convention. We are in lovely Lake Tahoe. I can put my glasses on because I can't read it. We're with Dan Dempsey, and the company is Chameleon Power. Dan, how you doing?
Doing great, thank you, Dave.
Now, you just gave a presentation here. It was pretty exciting. Explain what you do and what your product is. And I think a lot of people with acronyms and digital wording, it's difficult sometimes to absorb. It is for me. So be elementary.
We're a software company, and our technology helps people with purchase decisions, helps them with color decisions and product decisions and so forth. We do a combination of web tools, AR tools, VR tools, and all the different platforms you can deploy our technology over. But
now, do that again, but don't use acronyms.
Okay. We're web visualization, augmented reality, virtual reality, and mobile apps. Our technology is deployed across all the platforms. So whatever the user's need is, they can use it within their own environment.
You've been doing this for a while. This isn't something that you dreamed up last week.
No, we launched in 1998. We're a 21-year-old company.
Okay. Now, how would this talk about a retailer or a contractor? How could they use this on their website?
So a retailer would use it to bring people into the store. So they would use it on their website as a tool that gets customers interested enough to want to see the products they picked. So they use our visualizer to throw the products in the room and see the outcome, and then they can save it, go into the retail store and say, this is the product I picked, can you show me that product? When it comes to a contractor, they're more inclined to be out in the field with the customer, and so they will show them the different options, and they can also show them samples, but more importantly, they're helping the customer specify or select the product in their own environment.
So then they would say in a residential situation, they would put a picture of their room in this software, and then they could plug different products in it. Would that be a possibility?
Absolutely. We created that technology many years ago, actually about 15 years ago. We call it our image mapper upload technology. I will say that still the vast majority of people will pick a stock scene, a stock room scene on the site and just start playing around. But it's a generational thing. The younger the folks are that start using the tools, they're more inclined to be accepting of these types of tools with their phones and tablets. But they can absolutely see it in their own room, and it is a very popular feature.
Well, and it seems to me people in general have a hard time visualizing anything, color, product, anything, and this answers that question for them.
Absolutely. That's the reason we have a job. People very much struggle with colors, they struggle with texture, they struggle with the whole environment, applications, and we solve that problem. And we make it much easier, therefore they're more inclined to purchase.
Now, you work with some of the manufacturers in the flooring industry, I understand.
That is still the majority of our business. We're very, very eager to work closer with the contractors and the dealers, but we've got dozens of flooring manufacturers that use our technology today.
So now that's an advantage for a retailer or a contractor, is it not? They can take advantage of stuff that you already developed.
Absolutely, absolutely. The reason we're even able to build the types of tools for the contractors and the dealers is because we've already built these robust applications at the manufacturer level. So now we're taking it down into the trade, into the channel, so that they can enjoy it also and have their own advantages.
So you work with a lot of architects and designers as well.
We do. On the commercial side, the A&D community is very active with our technology. It took a long time for them to come our way. They were very CAD oriented, but they realized that there really is a need to help the end customer, their end customer, with color decisions and fabric decisions and pattern decisions and things like that. So they have, I would say, almost reluctantly come this direction, but it's become a very significant business now.
It seems like I can remember back 10, 15 years ago, visualization was a hot topic, and then it sort of eased its way out. What happened?
I don't think it eased its way out. I will say that I think part of the issue was the mortgage fallout. That crisis, people stopped using tools, or at least investing in tools. The remodel side still stuck around because a lot of people were they're underwater with their houses, so they decided to stay home and remodel the house so they could have the house they wanted to live in. But in general, yes, it did slow down quite a bit. The manufacturers still had a lot of the remodel side of things, so they were able to survive, but it was a difficult time. But visualization has has continued to evolve. There's been a lot of breakthroughs. There's been better applications, better technologies, better form factors and things like that. Plus, some of these tools, the upload tools and things like that have made it much more interesting to the end customers.
Now, it seems like the big challenge in this day and age is to get people on your site, or that is a big one, but to keep them on your site is even more difficult. This would seem to be a tool that would keep people on the site. I mean, it's a great toy.
It is, and some of our clients call it play toys, playful, things like that. But absolutely, it is the most trafficked area of the sites we plug into. Typically, if our clients do a good job of presenting it, making it available to the customers, they're going to be on that part more than anywhere else. And we know that if they save the project, email it, share it, do anything that helps us identify who they are, more than 75% of the time they end up buying the product.
Well, if you don't razzle-dazzle that customer on your site, they're probably never going to walk in your front door, and this is a way to help do that.
Oh, absolutely. And we used to say years ago, online to in-store or online to retail to connect the dots. There's been a lot of reluctance, and part of it has been that it is a fundamental difference for a lot of the retailers and the dealers to rely so much on the web. But it is where the technology is today. It is where the customer is today.
If a contractor or retailer is interested in some of this stuff, what kind of investment do they have to make?
It depends. The contractors typically starts at $1,500 to build a tool for them. Up into the $4,000 or $5,000 range is a typical project, and dealers are a little bit more than that. It really depends on the number of products we're loading. It depends on how many versions of the tool. If they have multiple stores and they want to have different versions. If it's a single version, it can be very reasonable.
Very good. Thanks so much for talking with us, Dan. I appreciate it.
Dave, I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We've been talking with Dan Dempsey, not Dan Dempsey, and he is the president of Chameleon, and this is Talk Floor TV.